And John Lynch is absolutely as good as we say he is. The biggest move he made, the worst move he ever made, was Trey Lance. And the day it
Right.
happened, I was probably the most angry fan. The day of the draft, because I didn't believe in Trey Lance, and it turned out Trey Lance was the biggest bust and a terrible trade, probably one of the worst trades of all time. And that has John Lynch's name tied to it. Absolutely. But outside of that, the 49ers have had probably top three rosters in the last 6 seasons. And that's an absolute fact. And John Lynch has a lot to do with that, but so does Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan has a lot of input on this roster. Maybe
Yep.
he's lost a little bit of that input recently because of those signings that they did last year. But I really believe Kyle Shanahan has a big hand in this roster as well.
Yeah, if you're talking about John Lynch as a GM, it's like every time the 49ers need something, boom, John Lynch delivers. Oh, we can't stop the run on defense? Here's your draft class. Oh, we need an offensive tackle? Well, there you go. He's not the best, but there you go. We needed it. There you go. You need, like, John Lynch freaking supplies shit when you need it.
And what's awesome is that we were saying pre-draft they need to go D line for 3 picks. Maybe their first 4 picks should be all defense. And
Yeah.
we heard a lot of pushback as to how the O line. Listen, we're well aware the O line needs to upgrade. We're well aware, but there's a must on defense. The gaping hole, D line, it's massive. And John Lynch this is where he earns my respect, man. I understand that defense wins championship, and so does he. All the 49ers success, pay attention, we've never had an elite quarterback. We've had an elite offensive coordinator, and we've had an elite defense. That's how we've gotten there. And the 49ers fully understand you cannot go into a season with a defense that doesn't stop the run. You can't play football when a defense doesn't stop the run. You want to see what we've seen last year all over again? Because I sure as hell don't. And neither did he. And he addressed it. You're not running on the 49ers this year. I'll call that right now. The 49ers are going to have a fantastic run defense, and it's going to lead to great interceptions and great sacks.
Right. Okay, so realistically, on that defensive line, compared to what we had before the overall, are we upgraded right now, or is it still unknown, or what would you bet on?
Repeat that. If
Is this D line upgraded from the D line that we just had this past season?
Oh, it's a no brainer. It's absolutely a massive upgrade. First of all, Hargraves was out. Um, you had Leonard Floyd, and you had Nick Bosa, and then
And
you
Malik
had
Collins.
Malik Collins, who started off on fire and then kind of declined his game.
Right.
Evan Anderson. This is a guy, man. Grant Cohen and his guests say that this guy, they like what they've seen out of him. Now, if they know what they're talking about, why did John Lynch draft 2 D tackles? And if I don't know what I'm talking about, why did John Lynch draft 2 D tackles? What are you talking about? What did you like about this guy? He's not an NFL athlete. When we were in Buffalo, we seen this guy in the hotel. It looks like an overweight burgers supplier, man. This guy
I
looks
wouldn't
like he's
guess he's an
standing.
athlete.
No,
I
you're
would.
not thinking he's in the NFL. I'm not attacking Evan Anderson by any means. All I'm saying is he was not the answer for the position, and they wanted to see more of him. And Jordan Elliott, again, a guy that showed some good plays, no doubt about it, but definitely not the answer. Like I say, John Lynch seen it the way I seen it, and that was to draft D line, get the D tackles upgraded, get an edge player. Not only does he go after the quarterback, he can set an edge and stop this run. The 49ers fully understand that they needed to stop this run. And
Yeah.
last comment by Steve-O here, we play top run. I don't care. Do you understand what it means when you bring big men on a defense with a coordinator that knows what the hell he's doing? Like this is the NFL. The 49ers fully understand that they're playing top running backs, whatever it may be. But they understood that their draft was so important on defense heavy, and they did just that. And if you didn't like it, too bad. We don't care because they did what the must was. Sure, there's a need on O-line. We're not disputing that. But the must was defensive line, and they did just that. You're not running on the 49ers anymore. Nick Martin and Fred Warner are going to go wild.
100%. I agree. It was the absolute must that they addressed. And yeah, this D line's an automatic upgrade from last year, not only because I could see the players being dramatically better, but because Robert Saleh is in the building. And that helps the D line, and that will help the D line play better, and will help with scheme problems that Nick Soreness just didn't have. So
Man, it's something as simple as on first down, I'm not fucking playing man. Do you understand? It's something that simple. He's playing
yeah,
man coverage, and when DBs turn their back and the running back runs up the sideline, it's something so simple but so stupid. Or
yeah,
running third down, every third down was man, 5-man, 6-man rush. Every one. You want to bet? Go watch the tape. Like, and you don't think offensive coordinators in the NFL know this shit, man? Like,
100%.
you're
Like what?
not running on the Niners anymore. I'm telling you right now, we're going to play cover 3 on first down or cover 2, and we're stopping the run.
Yeah, like no disrespect to Nick Sorensen, but he had absolutely no business being in the NFL. Like absolutely no business, and the way he's still in the NFL boggles my mind. This defense going from him to Robert Saleh is so big, dude. And Robert Saleh plays a key role in the players we drafted, as well as getting in the ears of John Kyle and telling them how important it is. I bet you he was speaking the same way to John and Kyle that we're speaking right now. D line is important. We need to stop the run. You cannot expect me to have a good defense if you're not giving me defensive tackles. If you're not giving me a good player that can set the edge. That's Robert Saleh. This draft was ran by Robert Saleh.
I mean, go back to when Robert Saleh was here last time. We drafted Armstead. We drafted DeForest Buckner. We drafted Nick Bosa. And look
Right.
what the 49ers just went and did. They just redid the exact same thing in a different manner. They're a little bit different style players. But, CJ West and Alfred Collins, they're
Sick.
exactly here for that reason. They're here to be Armstead and DeForest Buckner. They're here to shut down the run. And those guys obviously were more than that. DeForest Buckner is a Pro Bowler.
Yeah,
Armstead, he was a Pro Bowler.
yeah. Like another guy, DJ Jones. Like if you want to talk
Yeah.
about a player that reminds you of DJ Jones, like Alfred
CJ
Collins
West.
and CJ West, both of them, they're
C,
big
CJ,
dudes.
C, CJ West is a spitting image. I think Alfred Collins is a spitting image of Buckner and Armstead.
Yeah, Alfred Collins a little bit shorter but bigger, like
No,
wider.
he's 6'6". He's the same size. I mean, I think
Is
Buckner
it the
is six
same?
six. Buckner's 6'6" and Armstead 6'7", or vice versa.
Okay, yeah. Regardless, extremely close players. And okay, we haven't talked about them enough. We love our late round picks because we know the Niners are going to hit on a couple. We love it. This first round pick, okay,
Mikael Williams.
Mikael Williams. I'm ready to say, like, I think his pass rush is going to take a dramatic step forward in the NFL. Like, we got to remember, one, he was not given a lot of stand up rush lanes in Georgia. It was a lot of 3 tech, and he just wasn't given a head start a lot. On the 49ers, he's going to get that, and we're going to see a lot of pass rush moves from him, especially playing opposite of Nick Bosa. He's going to
The
learn
biggest thing, the biggest thing playing opposite of Nick Bosa, he's not going to see the double teams that he saw at Georgia.
There you go.
We talked about this last time at Georgia. He was the most doubled player on the Georgia defense. That's a big thing right there. Now Nick Bosa is going to continue seeing that chip and that whatever tight end chip or running back chip and the tackle getting his assistance. But on the other side, you're going to see Mikael Williams get his opportunities, and if he starts to eat, you might see him starting to get doubled and Nick Bosa getting those opportunities. Regardless, the Niners are cooking up a storm, and that storm could be 2 mean edge rushers with 2 massive D tackles. The other thing, quarterbacks, get ready to see balls get knocked down on the 49er defense. You're talking 6'6" right up the middle, and you're talking how big is 6'5" Mikael Williams? Those are 2 big men.
Oh, yeah.
The
They're
defense has just upgraded massive, and I hope 49er fans understand one thing. Defense is more important than offense. It's an absolute fact. So
100%.
if you want teams running down just ask the Detroit Lions how they feel right now. Their defense got injured, and they had the best offense in the league. How did they do?
That's the
You need
Bills how they do every year. Like, this is common sense at this point. If people don't get it, I get it. Offense is flashy and it's fun to watch. You know what's fun to us? Watching a defense kick ass. If you're struggling on 3rd and 1 to pick up 1 yard against us, we love that more than scoring a 90-yard touchdown.
In terms of the Bills, that you said that, sorry to cut you off, but it's funny. I said going into this draft, if I was the Bills GM, I wouldn't draft anything outside of defense. And you know what the Bills did? They drafted defense. You want to know why? Because they're sick and tired of watching Josh Allen kick ass on one side of the ball and get his ass kicked on the other side of the ball. They
Yeah,
addressed it before wide receiver. Even though wide receiver's in need, it doesn't matter. Josh Allen will get those points. Get the defense out there that can stop them.
exactly. Look at the dynasties, man. Look at the Chiefs. Look at the Patriots. I don't care what quarterback you have, it's not happening without the defenses that they have. It's just not happening. The Chiefs have dropped dramatically on offense over the past what 2 years. I believe like Patrick Mahomes' numbers were way down last year, and guess what? They're still going to a Super Bowl because that defense plays lights out. And the 49ers are aware that we do not have a Patrick Mahomes at quarterback. We have a Brock Purdy.
Right.
So that just gives us all the more reason to make that defense even better.
You know, here's two prime examples. The Eagles won. Let's be honest, off defense. Sure, their offense played well, but they won off defense. I've never seen Patrick Mahomes look so shaky, and it's because that D line came after him all night. 4-man rush, no crazy disguise, very simple defense, under pressure like crazy. And then the best team, maybe in our last 30 years, it is the best team. Even though they don't have a ring, I'm still confident in saying they're pretty damn close to being the best team in the last 30 years. And that was the 2007 Patriots. How did they lose 17-0 to Michael Strahan, Justin Tuck, and Yumi and Yora? Because Tom Brady couldn't do shit. And you know what's funny? Tom Brady was told that he's not going to get more than 17 points, and he laughed at that point before the game. He thought that was crazy, and he talked about it after. He's like, man, I did not expect that to actually happen, and it did. And that's the best offense we've seen in a long time get shut down. You know why? Because defense, man. You bring in 3 big men after a quarterback. It don't matter if it's Tom Brady. That's an issue.
Yeah, man. The saying like the best defense or the best offense is a good defense. It works both ways. The best defense is a good offense, while the best offense is a good defense. If you have a good, solid defense, that makes your offense way better. That gives them short yardage situations
Exactly.
or short field situations. That's how you win games.
That's how
With it.
you make Jalen Hurts look good.
Exactly. That's how you get the whole world fooled into believing Jalen Hurts is a top 5 elite quarterback. He is not. Don't get it twisted. He's not.
No.
I
If
would
you
possibly
put Jalen Hurts on the Bills they don't make the AFC Championship. Don't kid
no,
yourself.
no chance. Absolutely not. I like Brock Purdy over Jalen Hurts is an argument. It's not crazy. People can call it crazy all they want, but they're very similar. Brock
And
Purdy does.
Brock Purdy's stock will go up after this season. That's why if I'm the 49ers GM, I make it happen before the season because I do think the 49ers offense is going to rebound. I think Shanahan's going to go back to his creative ways and not lean on the 5 and 7 step drop. It's going to be design plays, easy reads, and George Kittle's going to do his thing this year underneath, and you're going to see a really good run game with Christian McCaffrey and Gurendo's going to have a year. Don't be surprised with that one.
Yeah, Grando's a guy that's really overlooked for some weird reason. I don't care if he couldn't stay healthy. That's a lot. Every player deals with health issues, man. Grando shows serious flashes, and he's overlooked because he dealt with some injuries. Get out of here. I'm excited for him. That's another guy to be excited about.